We spend about a third of our entire lives asleep, just lost in these worlds that our brains cook up. But what if those worlds aren't just in our heads? What if your dreams are like the ultimate portal to somewhere else?
Okay, so think about that crazy dream you had last night. You know the one, where you could suddenly fly, or maybe we're talking to someone you haven't seen in years. What if that wasn't just your brain's junk drawer sorting itself out? What if it was a visit to another reality? That is the wild question we're diving into.
All right, but before we go completely off the deep end into the multiverse, we kind of have to pump the brakes. Let's talk about the conventional wisdom first. Because, to really get how mind-blowing the new ideas are, we gotta understand what science usually says about dreams. So at its most basic level, dreaming is a biological thing, right? It mostly happens during what's called REM sleep, and that's when our brains just go into overdrive, creating all this vivid, super weird imagery. And where does it get this stuff from? Well, everywhere. Your day, your memories, your deepest subconscious thoughts, it's all fair game. And look, for more than 100 years, we've been trying to figure out what our dreams actually mean. The 20th century gave us some big swings at it. You had Freud looking for all this hidden symbolic stuff, and then later, science came in with a much more biological take. And that's really where the big debate got started. So basically, we ended up with two competing ideas. On one side, you've got the Freudian camp, saying dreams are this secret window into our unconscious minds, packed with repressed desires and symbols. And on the other side, the complete opposite. The activation synthesis model says dreams are just brain noise. Literally, your mind trying to make sense of random electrical signals while you sleep. So deep meaning or just static? For a long time, that was pretty much the whole conversation. But what if both of those theories are missing the bigger picture? What if the most important thing about dreams isn't what they mean, but how they feel? You know that feeling like you've stepped into a place where the basic rules of reality they just don't apply anymore? I mean, really think about it. In your dreams, you can fly, you can breathe underwater, time gets all weird and stretchy, sometimes even going backwards. It's this total breakdown of the laws of physics that makes dreams the perfect playground for this wild idea of alternate realities. And this anything goes logic of dreams, this is where things get really, really interesting, because it sounds a lot like a core idea in quantum physics called quantum uncertainty. Now, hang with me here. This principle basically says that all possible outcomes of a situation, they all exist, maybe in what you could call parallel universes. So the big question is, could our dreams be us actually visiting those other realities? And look, this isn't just some sci-fi fantasy. There's a scientist, Robert Lanza, who's developed a theory that pulls all of this together: consciousness, quantum physics, and our dreams. And that brings us to his theory. It's called biocentrism. And honestly, it might just change everything you thought you knew about reality itself. Okay, so biocentrism is a huge, mind-bending idea. It flips the script completely. It says that life and consciousness create the universe, not the other way around. So the look of a tree, the shape of your hand, all of it. It doesn't just exist out there. It exists because you perceive it. Reality, space, time, they aren't things we live inside. They're tools our mind uses to put everything together. The world isn't out there, it's in here. And this is exactly where dreams come back into the picture. Lanza puts it this way: when we dream, we leave what he calls the consensus universe. The shared reality we all agree on when we're awake. Instead, we get to experience an alternate version of reality, one that's built just for us, by our own consciousness. So if you look at it this way, waking life and dreaming are, they're basically the same kind of thing. They're both realities created by an observer, by you. The only real difference is how many people are in it. Waking life is like the massive multiplayer game we're all logged into. Dreaming, that's the single-player campaign. Here's a great way to think about it. Imagine your consciousness is a radio receiver. It can pick up an infinite number of stations. Waking life, that's just the most popular station, the one everyone's tuned to. But when you fall asleep and start dreaming, you're not turning the radio off. No, you're just changing the channel, tuning into a private station that only you can hear. So where does this all leave us? What's the takeaway? It means we have to start thinking that maybe, just maybe, a dream isn't just some fluffy fantasy. Maybe it's a demonstration of the raw, incredible, reality-building power of our own minds.
So when you boil it all down, we've got three ways to look at dreams. There's the psychological view. They're a reflection of your inner self. Then there's the biological view. They're just the result of random brain activity. And then there's the biocentric view. This one offers a totally stunning third option, that your dream is another reality, every bit as real as this one, created by your consciousness. So the next time you wake up from a really vivid dream, don't just shake it off and forget about it. Just pause for a second. Think about the incredible power of the mind that just built that entire world from scratch. Because if your mind can build a new reality every single night while you're sleeping, what else is it capable of when you're awake?